saving lives. We're doing it every day.
Xander was diagnosed with brain cancer April 9th and had surgery April 13th to remove the brain tumor that was malignant. And he needed 33 proton radiation treatments. And so one of the social workers in the radiation department said, "Oh, I know of help," and told us about Stevens Hope in the apartments and called to see if there was one available. And thank God there was. Stevens Hope offered us an apartment, and so we stayed down here. And it was a true blessing because I don't think we would have made it without the help. Family, friends all left us, and the only people that we honest to God had was Tony and Sandy and their team. And that's what got us through such a difficult time. Otherwise, I don't think we would have survived, period. It would have been too much. I'm just very blessed and thankful for Stevens Hope, because that's what it is hope.
We met Dr. Chinnock at our first visit to Loma Linda University Medical Center when we proposed our idea of Stevens Hope for Children. Since then, he's been a constant supporter of Stevens Hope, and he's been helping us make inroads and designing some of the programs that we're utilizing today.
There are some families that have such challenges that they have actually decided, before Stevens Hope, decided not to transplant their child because they just couldn't see any way that economically they could make it feasible. So when you say it, providing a place for a family to feel comfortable, it's saving lives. It's not just providing a convenience. It's potentially saving lives, because I've seen that happen.
The left side of your baby's heart seems to be underdeveloped. He said, "I think it's hyperplastic left heart." Single parent, literally singular parent. I lived, almost an hour away from where my son was receiving his care. I was forced to quit my job, so I had limited amount of income resources coming through. I spoke with one of my social workers, and she told me about Stevens Hope. And I was like, well, that's amazing. If I could get there, that's amazing. And she explained to me that, there's basically apartments that you can stay in while Josiah is receiving treatment. The amount of stress that I went through with his first 2 surgeries and not having anybody here, I don't know, even psychologically, if I would have been able to handle the pressure of everything. I just, want to say thank you to Stevens Hope, because they're definitely been a heaven sent. It definitely had to be something to me that came from God. It was exactly the missing thing, what I needed in my life, and just thank you so much.
Well, I think I was hooked for life on Stevens Hope when I met Maria. Maria was an 18-year-old girl, bravest girl I had ever met. At the age of 18 years old, she flew out here from Texas by herself to deal with proton radiation treatment for her brain tumor. And as a mother, I felt it was so important to not let her do it alone. I couldn't imagine how afraid a mother must be to send her very sick daughter on a plane by herself to deal with something as severe as a brain tumor. So I had hoped from early on that maybe I could fill that little bit of a gap, and I could comfort her mother and knowing that somebody was alongside her, there to protect her, to make her journey a little easier, to help her with that homesick feeling she had. So I tried to embrace her as a mother would embrace any other child. I think a lot of the work, I know the work that we do through Stephen's Hope it's not our work, it's God's work, and we get to be His hands. And what I hope that down the road when she looks back at her medical journey and she looks back and sees where God showed up. And He showed up through Stephen's Hope.
We've accomplished a lot through Stephen's Hope, and I know we'll continue to help families, but there's a lot that still needs to be done. You know, we've had to say no more often than I care to think about this in this past year, and I know that we need to reach more people. I'm not going to stop, and I'm not going to tell these families that, sorry, you've chosen a bad economy to get sick in. You know, they didn't choose to be sick at a time like this, and so we are looking for more ways to help families by getting our message out to more people, because we know that the more people that hear about us and are touched by the stories and feel that need to want to help, that's what's going to get us through this time.
Stephen's Hope has accomplished a lot of great things in a very short period of time, but there's still so much more that we can do. We can't do it alone. Volunteers, financial backers, they all drive this organization. We have a vision. We see that vision. We know the power of that vision. We need your help to make that vision a reality.